Okay, just a quick video to show you the first of the 2016 Catcheside Monos. This is a 180, a little dinky 180, a mighty little 180 because this is the 4mm version. Well, it's about it's about 4mm entering the handle. They're sort of width in proportion to the knife really. It's all about proportion with these, the weight working with the grind. No flex whatsoever. It's a mighty little knife, balance right there. And I've done a little, written a little piece on the edge finishing that goes into these, and this is the one that I finished on the edge. So I'm going to show you now how it cuts. And I'm cooking my dinner, so I'm fairly hungry. So I'm going to do this quite rapidly, but these are going straight into hot water. So beautiful release. Really good. Just got to wipe this off because don't want it to patina just yet. Big onion. That's a challenge for a thick knife. You would think. Oops, my hand slipped there. But not really. And I'm doing a pasta sauce, but I've bought some things I wouldn't normally put in. I've got some cabbage because I wanted to have some nice wedgy stuff. I'm always testing my knives. I test all the knives I make. Excuse me. Didn't mean to wobble you. Do I do red onion as well? Well, I would do, but I'll do some garlic as well. Well, let's do some of this other stuff and I'll put it to one side. Now you might think this is fairly brutal carrot peeling, but I like to get a good bit of the stuff off the edges because it's a bit bitter. And I'll try a vertical cut in this once I've peeled it. I say peeled it, more sort of savaged it. That'll do for me. So you will feel in these thicker knives that I'll just show you on here. I'll show you the tip. I mean, the feeling of separation is very nice and it just pops off to one side. And it is like a feeling of separation. And it's more so at the heel. Well, it's very, I mean, it's actually just slightly less noise. It's not a crunch, it's just a slightly more at the heel. Obviously less where it's thinner at the tip. I forgot to do my vertical. Right, you can hear it nicely through there, but it's not a crunch, it just separates. There's no resistance. This is the problem with doing cutting videos, you end up with lots of funny shaped food. Oops. Oh, I will put those there. Put them to one side. Oops. The tip's nice and thin on these, but again it holds a bit of meat to about there. It's still, so there's no flex in the tip, but it goes to nothing. It's the same theory as on the edge of the knife, retaining a bit of meat, allowing convexity. Right, let's try a vertical cut on this one. Cut my hand off or something. Right, it goes through, and then at the tip it's less. Odd shaped veg. Let's try, and I don't eat much cabbage, I must admit, so I don't try cutting it very much. A draw cut's good. Let's try a, which way do you cut cabbage? This way? It's fine. That's a real wedge type food, and it's just separating it. And you could draw cut it, you can push cut it. It's a bit more of a struggle back there. It is a thicker knife, but it's mighty. It's more than mighty, this one. God, that's a lot of cabbage. That's probably too much for me. A bit cabbagey, so try that. That's a daring. That's quite a scary looking thing for a 4mm Gyuto in it. Right, I've got to do some garlic now because my onions are frying. Bit tough old garlic. Ow. What else to say about these? I've improved the heat treatment on these. Not that the heat treatment wasn't good before, it was great. It was, what is recommended for the steel, which is generally used for more utility purpose knives, but it's such a fine grained steel that it does make, fine carbide steel, that it does make the most fantastic kitchen knives. It can be sharpened beyond what's really useful for holding edge for a decent long time in the kitchen. and I've worked out a way of making it have the same toughness effectively at a much higher hardness at 64, 65 HRC, which it's not normally stable at. So I'm extremely pleased with that. Ooh, cut myself in. I'm going to do a red one as well. So the extra hardness, yes, it just means that it's a heat treatment where it's not going to distort on a very, very, very thin edge. It's very tough still, but they're almost the same toughness. In fact, I haven't noticed any loss of toughness. But it will, when it goes, if you pushed it right to destruction, then it would chip in a very small place, like microchip, rather than distort. And that's preferable to me from a maintenance point of view, and a much more Eastern style of heat treatment. Really nice, delicate tip. See, I've cut myself. Turn everything off because I'm just going to too much to think about. What's left? So I've already cut up a load of stuff, and it was very sharpened. So let's see how we're doing on the tomato. Yeah, I mean it's just held that. It's a very soft tomato as well, and that's not straight off the. I haven't stopped this video. That's no hesitation. Beautiful. This one I squashed. Earlier. Yeah, it's just mashing it up a bit. It was already squashed. Another slightly bruised tomato. So that's just a little, yeah, the edge holding's very good. And I've been bashing it on the table, smashing up garlic with it. So there you go, that'll do I think. Thanks.